In my continuing attempt to willow down my collection of these later Waterman pens, I have found this cap, and I recently actually bought this cap on eBay, and it was connected to a pen that broke in my attempts to make it work, which happens. These pens were made of interesting plastics. Some of it was rubbery, some of it was brittle, some of it was normal, and it was the brittle one that this was connected to, and it cracked in taking it apart. So I have this cap, this lever, and this little clutch ring, and this cap, I knew I hadn't seen it before, and I know you collectors out there would say, oh, I've got a million of them. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you have a million of these, and maybe you have a million of these with the gold clip, but you may not have a million of these. Okay, so you have only a 500,000. But I don't have one, and I never had one. At least I don't remember ever having one. And my cat is coming up here to discover what's going on. Kitty, I'm on TV. So anyway, that's going to be a keeper. Now, I will probably find a perfectly good barrel to put it on, maybe one that has a gold-filled lever box that's nasty, and I'll replace it. But this will eventually be in my collection. But right now it's only this much of the pen. You have to imagine the rest of it. This is like forensic with the skeletons. We've got the skull and the third vertebra and the femur. You do the math, you do the rest of it. So anyway, that's going to eventually be reconstructed in the forensic lab, and we'll figure out what it will look like. So I'm still trying to decide which pens can go. I've got two of these. Identical, I think. Identical. So we do the same thing we've been doing here, which is to try out the nibs. That's a nice nib, like that one. This nib will probably be very similar to that. Broader. So I've been keeping the thinner ones lately, so I'm going to keep the broader one this time. Are they the same color? That's the other thing. Sometimes in my gloom of my house, dark gray looks like black. So we'll keep the broader one. This will be for when I imitate Donald J. Trump's signature. Huge. No one knows how to do my signature. I'm the only one that knows how to do that. This would be a good one for His Excellency. See, this one though is really nice. This is going to make someone very happy. And it might make me happy. Maybe this is... see, this is where it gets crazy. No, I'm just going to be strong. This is going to go away. To sell. To you. Or to an artist. These two are the same. Come on. This is very fine. Similar. I think probably this one will go. It seems smoother. I can deal with a pen that has a little bit of a tooth to it. That doesn't bother me, but it does bother some people. And they end up having the pen smoothed out. Actually, I see that this pen has a little bit of misshapenness to it, which doesn't bother me at the moment. So I'll keep this one. I'll keep the lesser good one and offer to another person the use of this one. So aren't I good? Did I say anything about this one? I did, right? This is the one I'm keeping. Correct? See, I'm getting confused. Kitty, were you paying attention? Yes, this is the one I'm keeping. This is the one that has sort of the broad, moppy nib, which would make anyone happy, even you. But it's making me happy, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, now we're down to no, no, no. Why is this one here? Oh, this is a Frankenpen in many ways. It has well, in one way, it has the wrong color section with the barrel. But it has a very fine accountant nib, and I'm really, really keen on those nibs right now. So this nib I may take out of this pen and put into one of these, because these three are identical in every way, except they have various nibs on them. So I have to go through these three pens to decide which nib I can say goodbye to, and maybe I'll put this nib in it. Then they'll still be identical, except they'll have specifically different nibs. In them. Finish your sentence, Spear. So we'll have a nibectomy and a nib transplant, perhaps. These two look identical, are they? Yes. Are these two identical? No. See, this is gray. This is black. So they're not identical. So I have to keep both of these. Unless I want to do what I was describing earlier by, I don't need two of these caps. I don't need, here we go. See, that has that nib in it. So anyway, I got my work cut out for me. I have to say goodbye to some of these pens, and I have to say goodbye to you because you're already snoring. I can hear you as you're looking at this video. But suffice it to say that when push comes to shove, with me, it always ends up with the nib. The nib is the last thing that's going to tell me whether it's going to be kept or not. And I don't need all of these pens, obviously, and I can start saying goodbye to some of them, but it's just very difficult for me to do that. Here's another nice big moppy nib, just like the one I'm keeping. And why is it leaking? See, this might have a crack in it somewhere. I have to look at it under the loop, because it shouldn't be doing that. Certainly should not be leaking, covered with ink. Sometimes, though not often with these pens, but there can be a crack right here or right here that causes the ink to seep out. There's probably ink all on the inside of the cap. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. This might be, or something like this, might be a good candidate for my cap and lever exchange, where I'll turn that one into this, what I call a rare model, because again, it's this chrome clip you don't see. At least I haven't seen them with this gold. Normally they're gold, not chrome. So that's what I'm going to do today. No, I've got things I've got to do today, including work for clients. So I'll catch you all later. Bye.